here, and she will be doing our territory acknowledgement. Go for it, Savannah. Hello. Oh, Megan's a little smaller than I am. There we go. Hello guys, I'm Savannah, and for our territory acknowledgement, before we begin our event, we'd like to take a moment to reflect on the traditional treaties in which we find ourselves tonight. In the spirit of reconciliation and fostering respectful relations, we would want to honor and acknowledge the Mokinsis, the confluence of the Bow River and Elbow River, and the traditional Treaty 7 territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, including the Siksika, the Kainai, and Piikani, as well as the Ayak Nakota and Tsuut'ina nations. We acknowledge that this territory is also home to those of the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. If you're not located on Territory 7 tonight, we invite you to send a text message to 907-312-5085. Simply send your geographical location and you will immediately receive a text message back with a description of the traditional territory upon which you're located. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, Savannah. So before we get going too far past this, we are really happy that all of you decided to join Golden Key for whatever reasons you may have chosen at the time. And with that, you have become part of an extended community of peers, mentors, and connections, which is the best part of Golden Key, with all of us working together of a common goal. So Golden Key members from around the globe are united in their commitment to excellence in academics, leadership, and service. Through this commitment, we each work to improve the world around us and to strive for excellence. As physician and author George Sheehan said, success means having the courage, the determination, and the will to become the person you were meant to be. Golden Key's mission is to help members realize their potential, and as your executive team, we are here to help support you through every step of the process. You are now part of the world's largest international honor society, and you are each part of this legacy, so welcome to Golden Key. As a bit of an icebreaker this evening, we are going to be doing a Jamboard session, and we really want to get to know all of you guys. So feel free to click the link in the chat, and we'll get the Jamboard slide up here right away. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be answering each question and then posting your responses on that. So if any of you don't know how to do that, you will go to the side on the left-hand side and click the little sticky note and type in your answers. So first and foremost, where do you guys like to go eat on campus? I know this is a hotly debated item. I don't know if DQ is the right answer, but maybe, maybe not. Probably not. I don't know. Might be Good Earth. How are we feeling? Oh, can you, it's only on view. Anything but DQ. Fair. Very fair. Sorry, 1 second, guys, and we will just quickly change that. But while we're waiting, feel free to type it in the chat. We might as well keep going. So, anything but DQ, where else do we like to go? Edo, fair. Got to get those spring rolls. Tim Hortons, obviously. Ooh, Barrow, solid. Repping our alumni, 100%. Nice, always Tim's. Sweet. Okay, if you want to post it back up, share it, screen. All right, on to the next question. There we go, and you guys can all click on the link now, and we will, sorry about that, we'll move on to the next one. So our next question is, if you guys don't mind putting your questions in, where your favorite spot is to study on campus. Feel free to, those sneaky little hideaway spots that we all try and find. Ooh, I like that. Chemistry, absolutely. Ooh, in the library, yes. Yeah, it's really hard to book a lot of group rooms there. They get taken pretty fast. B103. I haven't been there. We're going to have to go check it out. Ooh, interior design studio. I like all of these. You guys got so many great ideas. This is awesome. Gonna have to come and see all of you and all of your weird little like fun study places. Hey, awesome. Thanks for your answers, guys. On to our next one. Which do we prefer? It's been a weird year going in person and online. Are we happy with in-person classes? Do we want to stick to online classes? Where are we at? What are we feeling like? I don't know about you guys, but it's been a really interesting transition, and having to sit in a lecture for 3 hours now has been really weird. In person. Awesome. Yeah. It's nice to see some smiling faces, but it is nice to kind of sit at home in your pajamas and be able to do your classes without, having to get out of bed. I feel both. Absolutely. There. Nice. I like the mix. Sweet. All right. And last but not least, our last question. What's your program? Where are all of you from? I personally am criminal justice. So, nice. Interior design. Sweet. Psychology. General science. Nice. I like the variety. We got all sorts of people here. That's awesome. You guys are speedy with those questions. I like it. Nice. Okay. Wow, we have all sorts of people. I see lots of networking connections for later on when we're all in our networking rooms. Alnoor, you can count. You totally count as being back in university. You just come hang out with the rest of us. You know where all the study spots are now. Awesome. All right, and our last question, just to get a sort of view of the room. Ooh, I see someone's really keen. You were in 4th year, so I feel it. What year are you guys in? 3rd year? Nice. Second? Second. Sweet. Wow, we have a lot of people around. 3-ish. That's fair. Nice. So you guys have all been around for a while. You totally know what's up. You know where we're going, what we're doing. We've got this all sorted. Sweet. Nice. Lots of 4th years. Cool. 3rd years, 4th years, everybody. All around. All sorts of experiences. Good to. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for answering. Oh, you're still going. Oh my goodness. Look at you go. Cool. Nice. I see a lot of 2nd years. That's cool. Thank you, everyone, for all of those really great answers. I learned a lot about you. It's nice to see that we all have really cool areas to go and study, and we all know our favorite order at Tim's, all those good things. And moving forward, I'm going to introduce our Canadian Director of Golden Key, Ian Sankey, to talk about Golden Key at our international level, just if that's something that some of you haven't heard about yet. We'd love to share sort of what we do, big picture. And sadly, Ian is unable to be with us tonight. However, we have recorded a short video with him, and he is going to talk about International Golden Key. So we're going to put that on right now, and I'm going to mute myself.
Hello, my name is Ian Sankey, and I'm the Director for Golden Key Canada. I work with all of our chapters across the country, and I'm excited to be joining in this virtual event to welcome you to the Golden Key International Honor Society. First off, congratulations on your outstanding academic achievement. You were all recognized as being in the top 15% of your academic programs, which is a wonderful accomplishment and no small feat, particularly with this last year we've had. So you should be very proud of all that you've done. Your membership is for life, and there are a number of ways that you can take advantage of all that is on offer. First off, I would encourage you to stay in touch with your local chapter leaders. Please be on the lookout for more communications from the student executive team at your university. They'll be organizing various events throughout the year. Golden Key has a big focus on community service projects, so I really encourage you to join in on any chapter community service. And if you have ideas about community service that are near and dear to your heart, please do share those with the student leaders as well, as we're always looking for new wonderful service outlets to focus our energies on. There is a Golden Key blog that you can find out all kinds of stuff about what's happening at the global level. at goldenkey.org/blog. You'll find member highlights, service stories, all kinds of information about what's happening in the various countries around the world with Golden Key. So a good spot to find more information there. Golden Key has a LinkedIn page. It has tens of thousands of members there you can connect to as well. And Golden Key chapters will have Facebook pages that you can go and find out what's happening at your local chapter or at other chapters around the globe. The Golden Key Academy is another wonderful resource for our members. It is free, and you can find it at academy.goldenkey.org. There are a series of webinars that are launched, usually one a week, and you can participate with those live and interact with the speaker at those webinars. If you can't attend the webinar, then they are recorded and entered into the library, where you can go and find all of the past webinars there that continues to grow as we speak. It is a big library of wonderful resources there for you, presentations by industry experts and global thought leaders on all kinds of topics. So I encourage you to go and explore the Golden Key Academy there. You'll also find ebooks and other career resources as well. We have a lot of different member benefits and discounts that can be found at the Golden Key's main page at goldenkey.org on the rewards page. So you can go check out those for various partner discounts and offers that you can take advantage of to save money now and when you're an alumni as well. Scholarships. So Golden Key has its own internal scholarship program. This is funding just for Golden Key members. There is a chapter scholarship program, so scholarships that are going to be just for students at your university. And then the global scholarship program, where you can apply for those at scholarships.goldenkey.org. Those are currently open right now for applications for the current round, so I encourage you to go and check out the scholarships there. Each one will have individual information about the criteria, and they're all the applications are done online through that site. We have a long history of winning many scholarships in Canada, so I hope we can continue that this round. I encourage you to go to the scholarships page and apply. Even if you've applied before, it's fine for you to apply for multiple scholarships and multiple rounds. I'd like to say a big thank you to our student leaders for organizing this event. The student exec team are the lifeblood of Golden Key and organize activities on campus and in the virtual space these days. For our members, they really are wonderful examples of taking your membership to the next level and working on their amazing skills and experience and leading the chapter. So if you are interested in a leadership position, you can reach out to them. I would just like to say a big thank you to them again for all that they do and all their wonderful volunteer work. And a big congratulations to all of our members as well. Welcome to all of you again. You have taken the first step into connecting with the bigger Golden Key world, and I hope you continue to explore that. There are so many different people that I've met and connections for you to make, benefits for you to explore. So this is just the beginning, and I really encourage you to carry on exploring all that you can get from Golden Key. Congratulations again on your academic achievements, and welcome to the Golden Key International Honor Society.
Sweet. Thank you, and yes, congratulations, everybody. So up next to talk about some of the initiatives that Ian may have subtly mentioned there, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce Mackenzie Golden, our service director for our chapter, who's going to talk about what events and what things we have going on this year. Mackenzie?
Awesome. Thank you, Megan. It's an honor to virtually recognize all of your achievements tonight. We would like to congratulate you for having proven your academic excellence at Mount Royal by establishing yourself in the top of your class. You should all be proud of yourselves and each other. The Mount Royal University chapter was established in 2016 and has since welcomed over 650 members. Membership invitations are extended by the International Honor Society to students who are within the top 15% of their chosen program academically. Each of you here tonight have accomplished this feat, and it is our privilege to welcome you to the society. Mount Royal is the first Golden Key chapter to be established in Calgary and the third in Alberta. You have the opportunity to get involved with our chapter right now and play a part in what the Emory Golden Key future will look like. Much of what we plan to do involves working with the executive team and each other, assisting other students and staff within the university, and outreach activities into the greater community of Calgary. So last year, our service event was creating care packages for the seniors at Silvera. We chose to host the care package campaign at the end of January instead of participating in a holiday event because we know that seniors can struggle with the post-holiday blues at the end of January. This year, we've kept a similar idea of the event. We partnered with Forward Housing Seniors so we can support another great organization. So Forward Housing is working to ensure every Calgarian has a safe, affordable place to call home through supporting a diverse mix of low-income Calgarians, from families and individuals with a variety of needs. If you're interested in getting involved with this project, come to our next meeting to learn more about how you can help out. So we are also excited to announce that we will be yet again hosting an undergraduate research event on December 2nd at 5 p.m. We noticed there is a gap between the research opportunities at Mount Royal University and the students' knowledge of the opportunities. Our goal with this event is to help bridge the gap and connect all MRU students with this information so they can further their academic career. We've invited a group of panelists across the different departments at Mount Royal to discuss their areas of research and share the ways students can get involved. This year we have professors from business, history, HPED, chemistry, and computer science, and criminology faculties. So this event's going to take place on December 2nd at 5 p.m., so make sure you register. And finally, we are proud to announce our 2021 Chapter Scholarship winner, Linda Ann Ilubuk, who is training to become a registered nurse. Linda Ann volunteers as a peer-to-peer mentor, educator on campus, as a MAPS mentor, and serves on the board of the Student Nursing Society. She is as well a member of the Bachelor of Nursing Curriculum Redesign Committee. Her determination, leadership, academics, and service have inspired not only me, but the entire executive board, and I am proud to call her a fellow member. Congratulations, Linda Ann. Now please welcome our chapter advisor, Cindy Cave, who will be introducing each of our chapter's executives.
Thank you, Mackenzie, and welcome everyone. And congratulations to our newest group of Golden Key members we're honoring here tonight. I am the Assistant Registrar Awards at Mount Royal University, and part of my role is advising to Golden Key, the chapter here at Mount Royal, and it's always been a pleasure. The MRU Golden Key executive team has been a dedicated group fulfilling their responsibilities and have brought the chapter to a new level every single year. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce each of them to you. So we'll start with Savannah King, Communications Director. Savannah King is a motivated second-year business student who has recently taken on the role of Director of Communication with the chapter's executive team. Savannah has a newly declared major in marketing, along with enrollment in the cooperative education program available for business students. Throughout her time at Mount Royal, she has maintained a high GPA and been recognized with placement on the Dean's and President's lists. Outside of class time, Savannah volunteers for the Student Association of Mount Royal University and is looking forward to making connections across campus. That is our Savannah King. Amelia Brost is our treasurer and is a passionate third-year student with a major in marketing and a minor in accounting. Based on her 4.0 GPA and engagement within the Mount Royal University community, she was awarded the Bissett Scholarship for Excellence in Business in fall 2021 semester. And since she began her studies in 2019, she's consistently been placed on the Dean's and President's lists. Previously, she has volunteered with the Calgary Bridge Foundation for Youth as a peer mentor. The organization helps high school students who are newcomers to Canada adapt to high school life and overcome any culturally related barriers that may arise. So that is our girl, Amelia Brost. Catherine Funk is our secretary, and she's a third-year student in history who spends much of her time sewing vintage-inspired dresses. I'm always amazed by this. And she likes to snuggle with her cat too. Before coming to Mount Royal, she studied costume cutting and construction at Olds College, and has had her designs in fashion shows around the world, which is pretty impressive. Some of her past collections have had built-in technology to alleviate anxiety or been made entirely out of recycled materials. Catherine now focuses her time on preparing for her honors thesis, which will focus on women's resistance during the Holocaust, and working to create residence-wide programming for Mount Royal University residents. Catherine Funk. Mackenzie Golden is our service director and is in her third year of sport and recreation management with a minor in accounting. She's maintained a high GPA, being placed on the president and dean's lists, and is actively involved in the Golden Key chapter as our service director. She's also involved with the Health and Physical Education Society and the Sport and Recreation Major representative. Mackenzie grew up in Wainwright, Alberta, and was an active volunteer there. She volunteered with Wainwright Runners for a number of years, supporting their races, and in 2020 was a co-race director. Mackenzie has also coached many activities such as competitive swimming, taekwondo, and violin. That is our Mackenzie. Zafina Budwani, sorry, my apologies, Vice President and Research Director. She has a happy and bubbly personality. For the most part, she grew up in Calgary, but she spent many years traveling back and forth to and from Mexico, completing several years of her studies there. Zafina was enrolled in the Royal Canadian Air Cadet program and served 4 years, achieving many awards and recognitions, including being selected as a representative of Canada on the International Air Cadet Exchange Program. She's now spent the last 3 years as a civilian instructor, mentoring and supporting youth aged 12 to 19. Zafina hopes to enroll in the cadet instructors cadre within the Canadian Armed Forces to continue to support the efforts of the cadet movement. I'm a military brat, so I appreciate all of that work. Additionally, Zafina is an active volunteer with her religious and rural communities, where she supports and leads community initiatives. And she's become an exemplary leader and mentor for all, and continues to serve not only the Mount Royal University community, but the greater community as well. Zafina holds a high competitive GPA and places on both dean's and president's honor lists. She's actively involved in her local chapter of the Golden Key, of course, serving as our vice president. And this year she received the Dr. Paul and Mrs. Alpar Sarpel Scholarship in Science, as well as the RCAF Foundation Award for her academic achievement. Zafina loves talking to people, getting to know them, and finding ways to support them in any way that she can. So thank you, Zafina, for all your work. And last but not least, of course, we have Megan Davidson, who is our current president. Now, I don't know why she has Otterly, but I'm assuming she has an affinity for otters. Megan is an Otterly enthusiastic data consultant and native Calgarian. She's one of the youngest graduates of the 2-year Baking and Pastry Arts program at SAIT at the age of 17 with a 3.98 GPA. And she earned her Red Seal in baking at 20. So that's impressive. Her passion for baking is only matched by her commitment to lifelong learning, and I know who I'm inviting over to help me with my baking this year. In her second year of her criminal justice degree at Mount Royal, Megan holds a high GPA and is on both the president's and the dean's list as well. She's working toward researching and reforming prison systems around the world. This year, she won the Faculty of Arts Achievement Award for her academic work and is a member in good standing of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and president of the Golden Key Honor Society. Megan has always been active in the community with her family, primarily around homelessness and helping those most vulnerable. In 2009, she won the Volunteer Calgary Youth Leaders Award for her work with Mustard Seed and other homeless agencies. She continues to serve others through mentorship and leadership programs at Mount Royal University, and is always eager to assist her fellow students and friends when they need a shoulder of support. Megan Davidson. We'd also like to acknowledge the time and dedication of our former members of the executive, Victoria Carter and Alexandra Campbell, who are now both alumni advisors, and I've worked with these ladies because I have been with this group since its inception. Their efforts have a great deal of insight and given our executive team the continuity that's required and helps the team thrive. So we thank them for their efforts as well. I'm always really amazed at the dedication and commitment of our executive team. They constantly raise the bar every year. The chapter executive continues to thrive despite the challenges of the last couple of years. Their tenacity and sense of responsibility doesn't go unnoticed, certainly by me, and I'm very, very thankful for their quality of work. This group provides yet another place for MRU students to become or to find something maybe suitable for you. So keep that in mind. So as I say that, many of these executives are new to the chapter, just like you. They made the commitment to help grow our chapter and provide opportunities for other members to engage. And I would encourage each of you to consider joining the team to help plan future events and initiatives. Or perhaps, you could put forward some ideas of your own in terms of what we should focus on. Please reach out to anyone on our team through the golden key at mtroyal.ca email address, or you can certainly watch our social media to learn how you can get involved. At this time, I'm pleased to pass things over to Amelia Brost and invite her to introduce our very first honorary degree for this evening. Amelia?
Thank you, Cindy. It is now time to recognize our chapter's honorary inductees. Our honorary inductees are outstanding community leaders who have excelled in their research, teaching, profession, or service. The MRU chapter has inducted 15 honorary members to date, and tonight, 2 more join the ranks as role models and mentors. Our first 2021 honorary inductee this evening is Mount Royal alum Shannon Paston. As co-founder of the Finance Cafe, Shannon is an experienced entrepreneur and courageous leader who is breaking barriers to advance an inclusive and sustainable society. Recognized for creating innovative funding models and solutions that challenge the status quo, Shannon is a trusted voice on women's entrepreneurship for educators, government, industry, and media. She was one of the first women in the country to lead a women's banking strategy and one of 7 women appointed to serve on Canada's Women Entrepreneurship Expert Panel. Her commitment to advancing equality has been widely recognized. In 2018, she was named a She Innovator by She Innovates Alberta, a pilot chapter for UN Women, and in 2019 was a finalist for the Diversity Ambassador of the Year Award by Women in Finance Canada. Shannon is a member of the Mount Royal University Board of Directors and is a member of the President's Advisory Committee on Equality, Diversity, and Inclusion. A proud Cree Métis woman, Shannon recently created the Gifting Circle for Indigenous women entrepreneurs, the first community-funded bursary that supports Indigenous women who pursue entrepreneurship. And I will turn it over to Shannon.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for having me. And Cindy, I just saw your note, and actually it was funny because I was actually looking at your LinkedIn profile. I was like, we go back a long way. So nice to see you. But truly, thank you so much for inviting me. And this is such an honor. And Amelia, I can't see you here, but I do want to give a special thanks to you for putting my name forward, and obviously to the rest of you who supported that nomination. I always kind of feel a little bit funny when my bio gets read and because I sit there and I listen and I know I've done these things, but this is like Shannon version 45.0. And, I think if I was to be really honest about my bio, it would sound something more like this. At 10 years old, my first job was mucking stalls at a stable just so that I could ride horses for free at the end of the day. And it's probably a job I would still do today, actually, if I could. And I had a tough childhood. I'll be totally honest with you guys. I went through some pretty significant things growing up. And what many people don't know is I actually dropped out of high school. And when I was 15 or 16 years old, I had to pull myself out of high school. And the reason I'm so passionate about education today is because I really was supported by a boss at that time who helped me get back to school. And I just realized what a privilege it is to have education. And I also know how many people still do not have access to it. So, my real bio goes like this. Yes, by the time I'm 15, I'm, thinking about leaving home, which I do actually at 16. And I have to leave school. And the reason I leave school is because my minimum wage job at the cosmetics store needs to be amplified with a little bit more income. So my first entrepreneurial endeavor was actually when I was 16, and I worked a hot dog stand, if you guys can believe this. And I still think to this day, I brought like the cheese and the onions to the cart because they didn't have that. But so that was my first like entrepreneurial endeavor. And, so two really, really lucky people that are lucky for me and people that I met. One was a lady that worked at the Merle Norman cosmetics store where I worked at, who played a really big role in helping me turn my life around. The other, funny enough, was the restaurant or the bar manager who, once it got cold and the hot dog person who really did run the stand came back, offered me a job inside. And I remember breaking down at this time, and because he said, "Do you want to be like a shooter girl?" And I started to cry. I said, "I can't. I have to tell you something." And I was so scared to tell him. Anyway, I told this fellow that I was underage, and he made me a deal. He said, "Shannon, I'll tell you what. You can come work inside the bar. You're not allowed to drink. If I get you drinking, you're out of here. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is you work only for tips. I can't put you on payroll." So, life is just kind of funny. And I guess I share all this to say that when I hear who I am today, it wouldn't have been without all of these other experiences. And by the time I do get to university, my life is pretty good. I'm a high achiever now at this point. I'm super focused. I don't ever want to go back to kind of where I was. So I get really obsessed